I make sure I put business administration in there because that will be your green light. That will be your ticket into that company. Nursing won't, because again, they know where that ends. They know after you're done in nursing school, you're going to say deuces to us. And that's true. So my interview is at 1 o'clock. It is 1:04 and no one is in the meeting. Okay, let's wait. It is 1:08 p.m. and the woman still isn't in here. The lady, excuse me, still isn't in here. I'm gonna just shoot her a quick email and see where she's at. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. I hope the same for you.
Sorry, I was running late on my other interview.
No, that's okay. It happens. Because I didn't have too much of the downtime before the next call come in. So for 8 hours.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably around 75 or 100.
And that was mostly like for like COVID, any like medical COVID situation at the time, like an intake call for like a customer service for HR of any issues or anything.
Yeah, leave of absences as well. So we handled leave of absences, but the leave of absence was solely based around COVID. Okay, so I just got out of the interview. This was a first. So I'll tell y'all the company. It's an agency and it's Randstad. I don't recall ever working for Randstad. The lady, she was super nice. She was super duper nice. Long story short, she interviewed me, asked me the certain questions, and she really went into depth, y'all. Like she did. She went through each job. Like she went through each job. Okay, so what did you do? Oh, why did you leave? What about the other job? You know, like she just went through the whole shebang. And she asked, why did I leave? Which is why I always like to prepare myself. Ooh, what's the movie I like? Sorry, a movie just came on that I haven't seen in a long time. But anyway, this is why I like to prepare myself, because you never know what these interviewers are going to ask you. And not only did I obviously have my resume that I combed through to make sure that I remember the duties that I had and the dates that I had, but I also wrote down the reasons why I left each job, because a lot of the companies want to know why. Doesn't even really matter in the grand scheme of things, to be honest, because you could tell them whatever you want to. And that really doesn't make for a good or bad employee, depending on how you left. But nevertheless, they got to do their job. And they're asking those questions. So she asked me those questions. Like I said, the recruiter, she was cool. So I told her my specs. I told her how far I'm willing to drive. I told her primarily I do want a remote job. But, you know, I told her a whole bunch of stuff. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I get me a job soon. I did tell her I need a job that had me leaving no later than 5, and that's really pushing it. I did say preferably I want to leave at 4:30 because I have school, and I made sure I told her that. When I was younger, I used to say don't tell them that you're in school, and under certain circumstances you don't, but she asked, like she probed. So she was like, oh, are you in school? She just asked that. So I'm not going to lie. I said, well, yes, I am. And then her follow-up question was, what are you in school for now? Me personally, when you tell people that you're in school for nursing, that can hinder you in some form of fashion. Not for agencies, because their job is to get you hired, you know. But if you're interviewing directly with the company, they're not going to want to really hear that you're in school for nursing and you're working, you know, as an administrative assistant for a company, because they know what that means for them. That means you're not going to stay there. So I learned a long time ago to not lie about your degree necessarily, but add on. So me, I always say I'm doing a dual degree. So I'm pursuing both nursing and business administration. I make sure I put business administration in there because that will be your green light. That will be your ticket into that company. Nursing won't, because again, they know where that ends. They know after you're done in nursing school, you're going to say deuces to us. And that's true. So nevertheless, I feel like I did amazing. I was a little bit nervous in the beginning, but I always am. After a few seconds, I get over it, and I'm actually happy that I'm conquering my fears, y'all. I never told you guys, but I can easily, if I get in my head, like I can easily psych myself out and like say I'm not going to the interview, or I start not stuttering, because I don't really do a lot of stuttering, thankfully, but inside, like I just be off like all over the place because I hate interviews. I get extremely nervous, but I notice with practice it gets better and it gets easier. And this is my second interview so far. I'm going to be having another interview with another company, hopefully, fingers crossed, and that job is actually 10 minutes away. Just a side note, the young lady who was the recruiter, she asked me how far I want to drive, and I said no more than 15 minutes away. And she was like, oh, really? She said, that's going to be really hard to do. I didn't say anything to that. I said, really? But in my mind, nothing is hard to do, because she must not understand. That may be hard for y'all to put me in, but that's not a hard job. You know how many jobs that I see that's even 5 minutes away from me, 10 minutes away? Case in point, the job that I interview for is 10 minutes away from me. Well, to be fair, she didn't say it's impossible. She just says it's going to be hard to do. And to her point, it may be harder, but it's not impossible. But I did tell her 15 minutes tops. Nevertheless, the interview went well, but thank you guys. If y'all have lasted this long, okay, into the video, y'all are the real ones. I love you all, and make sure you like this video. It's a small token. It's free to do. Thank you guys for sticking along with me, and I will catch you later. Peace.